Hi, Maggie Owens here, and this morning I just want to talk to you about a couple of odd little jobs I had as I was growing up. And I believe they helped me um, somewhat be who I am today, and that is a determined individual. Um, my brother's 5 years older than I am, and I believe when he was around 13, he had a paper route. The paper routes were still done by, like teenage boys, and they rode around on their bicycles and threw the newspaper at all the houses. And I had talked to him about helping him on the weekends fold the newspapers and put all the advertisements in it so that I could make some extra money too. Um, I we came up with a, you know, uh, I had thought at one time that I got paid like a penny a paper or something like that, but I think it was a few cents per paper that I folded. And let me tell you, on the weekends, it was not that easy because you had all of the advertisements that you got in a separate bundle, um, from this company and then you had the coupons that you had to put in there. I mean, the Sunday paper was a pretty thick paper at that time. And so I remember getting up. We used to get up at some ungodly hour because they delivered them to your doorstep somewhere around 4:30 in the morning, I believe. And then you sat there and you put all your newspapers together and you folded them and put a rubber band around it. If it was raining, you had to put it in some plastic. Um, so, it wasn't an easy job, but well, I was like 7 or 8 at the time, but I learned how to do it quick, and I used to fold more newspapers than he did, and I made myself a pretty good chunk of change. Um, I was able to open up my little savings account, and when it came time for me to buy a piano that they were getting rid of in the elementary school that I was attending, um, I had enough money from folding those newspapers to buy that piano. Um, they just wanted to get rid of it, and I was taking piano lessons at the time, and which I was, come to think of it, which I was also paying for those piano lessons by helping the teachers out after school, doing whatever they needed me to do. The ones I had two nuns that were giving me piano lessons, and I would, put the grades in their little folder thing, or they had little odds and end things for me to do. And that was how I paid for my piano lessons. And folding the newspapers for a few cents each was how I paid for the piano that I eventually got. Um, I mean, they didn't, sell it to me for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I believe they sold it to me for like $50 or $100, something like that. Um, but anyway, so you know, that was two of the things. And then I remember when I was about, beginning in high school, my mother used to work at one of the local hospitals, and she worked in their linen department. And what they did in that linen department is they had, at that time, that was a long time ago too, that was in the early 70s. They had, a facility on site there that, um, no, that was a mistake. I'm sorry. They sent out the laundry to get it washed, and then it would come back. But the linen room would have to fold everything so that it would be nice and neat, and they also put together some of the surgical packets that would be used in the surgery room. So during the summertime and after school sometimes, I would stop by and visit my mom and say hi. And then it got to a point where I started helping them out. And I would start helping them out just by folding some little towels, and we'd fold the pillowcases, and we'd make sure that the sheets were, okay to be put onto a hospital bed. They don't have the fitted sheets like you do at home. They do now, but back then they didn't. They had the you know flat sheet that you folded. And anyway, we had to check it out, make sure that no holes and all this kind of stuff, make sure that it was acceptable to put onto the hospital bed. So I helped them do that. And then, as time went on, I even got to help fold some of the little surgical packets that would go up into the surgery area. And, it was so long ago, I don't know what was in those little packets, but it wasn't like instruments or anything like that. It was like, some towels and whatever else they use up there. So, but the thing with that job is, I didn't get paid for that one. I just did it. And I got to learn some things. I got to meet, the other women that my mother worked with, and we had a good time. And they did, buy me lunch occasionally or a drink or whatever, but that one was not an hourly paid job. I wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, but and when supervisors or managers, would be coming in, then I would just be stopping by and saying hi to mom on my way home from school or whatever. It was, I I was never found out. Anyway, but I got to help and I got to be productive, and it was great. And it's really kind of weird because let me see, I started doing that my freshman year in high school, I believe. And then when I turned 28, 29, I actually went to work for that hospital and worked for that hospital for 28 years until January of this year. So, anyway, those are some of the little odd and end jobs I've had in my life. Um, and um, they were fun, and I do believe they have helped in the making of who I am. And I am a determined individual. I will um, I will work at anything and find a way. And that's it. I will talk to you soon. Bye.